Temperatures in the 50s and the 60s this early morning. A warm start. More about that coming for you in just a moment.
Sparta High School is set to see a groundbreaking ceremony today. I'll have the new improvements coming to the school up next.
Right now this morning, Trump announcing a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, what it means for the war and gas prices. And one last chance to get your leaves picked up, what you need to do before the city comes through.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Monday, April 13th. Happy Monday, everybody. Here we go again. It is 6 a.m. We'll start by getting a check on our forecast with meteorologist Art Jarrett. One thing to know is you don't need the big jacket today, right? You might want to switch that out for a rain jacket.
Definitely not. I'm almost perspiring right now.
It's hot in here, yeah.
Yeah, it is right now. Holding on to temperatures in the 60s. Currently 51 degrees. You get into Eau Claire. 54 as you get into Winona. We do have an alert day kicking in as well. You can see behind me. That starts around 4 o'clock this afternoon with showers really getting a good start to pick up with all this humidity and heat that's out there right now, as you'll get a chance to see again. Temperatures are widespread in the 50s and the 60s this early morning. Then we get into this. We'll hold on to the possibility of 70s. We're looking at 78 degrees for our high today with a 50% chance of rainfall kicking in for La Crosse. Holding on to at least again 70s all the way through most of the morning. I should say the afternoon, getting into the daytime. Holding on to the possibility of 76 for Eau Claire. We're looking at about at least some shower and storm activity coming in for you around 4 o'clock as well. Hot conditions, humid conditions as well. Temperatures widespread today, upper 60s to the upper 70s in the forecast. I know we were hoping for those 80s, but we may see that tomorrow. Holding on to the alert day, as I mentioned before, from 4 o'clock this afternoon all the way to midnight tonight. All areas, I-94 and I-90, large hail up to 2 inches. We're looking at strong winds, and tornadoes also are a possibility. We'll get into it. As you can see, the risk, tornadoes and large hail and winds are pretty much similar as in process there. You can see for the risk, and flooding also similar as well. The flooding will start to continue as we get more of that rainfall, which will be heavy, by the way, working right through areas right by Eau Claire and La Crosse, where we're in enhanced risk of severe weather. To the north and to the south, everybody is in a slight risk. We'll be picking up the possibility of this as we get right back into it, as we roll into it, the showers and storm activity coming back in. And as I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for your day. So please stick around.
Thank you, Art. Sparta's high school is getting a major upgrade and construction officially breaking ground this morning. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live there with the details for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. The groundbreaking ceremony is set to start at 10 a.m. here at Sparta High School, and you can see behind me the front area is actually fenced off right now. So this project bringing a new cafeteria, front office, and kitchen receiving area to the high school. It's part of a broader district investment that also includes improvements at Meadowview Middle School and Southside Early Learning Center. District and community leaders will speak at this morning's ceremony, and we will have coverage of that groundbreaking. Reporting live in Sparta, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, Seth, thank you for that update. We'll have more to come at noon. Meanwhile, President Trump announcing a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz set to begin in just hours. Despite failed peace talks, the ceasefire is holding for now. Bradley Blackburn reports.
We have a blockade going into effect.
President Trump says the U.S. Navy will block ships to and from Iran at the Strait of Hormuz beginning this morning, as he downplayed failed peace talks over the weekend.
I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine.
CBS News has learned key sticking points include Iran's refusal to give up its nuclear ambitions and plans to charge tolls for the Strait of Hormuz.
We've made very clear what our red lines are. They have chosen not to accept our terms.
The president says, quote, many other countries are helping with the blockade without giving specifics. A British official says the UK will not be involved in the blockade, though NATO says the country is leading planning efforts to reopen the key shipping route.
I'm very disappointed in NATO. They didn't do that. They weren't there for us.
Iran's parliamentary speaker responded on social media, writing, soon you'll be nostalgic for $4 to $5 gas. A new CBS News poll shows 51% of Americans believe high gas prices have been a financial hardship, with the average price per gallon hitting $4.13 Sunday, according to AAA.
We're ruining the world economy and we're gaining nothing.
President Trump also repeatedly slammed Pope Leo over the weekend.
He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapons so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
The first American pontiff has repeatedly called on both sides to end the conflict. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Pope Leo this weekend also called for a ceasefire in Lebanon, where Israel continues to strike. The U.S. is expected to host peace talks between Israel and Lebanon this week. And speaking of Pope Leo, he left for Africa this morning. He's set to crisscross that continent, visiting 11 cities and 4 countries. More than a fifth of the world's Catholics live in Africa. The Vatican says he'll draw the globe's attention to human rights, exploitation of natural resources, and Catholic-Muslim dialogue.
He's the pastor of the world. He's not a pundit. So the distinction is he's not going to pronounce on everything, but he's going to pronounce on what's important.
He'll visit the city where St. Augustine was once a bishop tomorrow. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban losing his bid for re-election. He served for 16 years and lost yesterday to Peter Magyar, who campaigned on steering clear of Russian influence and strengthening ties with the EU. Orban is a longtime ally of President Trump and the longest-serving leader in the European Union. A frontrunner in California's governor's race is dropping out. Representative Eric Swalwell suspending his campaign following sexual misconduct allegations from 4 women, ranging from harassment to rape. Swalwell denying all claims, saying he'll defend himself with the facts. A Miami skyline looking a little different this morning. A controlled implosion bringing down the former 23-story Mandarin Oriental Hotel as crowds gathered to watch the demolition. You see the cell phones up there. The hotel closed last year after 25 years in operation. One last chance to get your leaves picked up. The city of La Crosse making a final curbside collection pass today. Rake your leaves into a visible pile near the curb and keep them out of the street, gutters, and away from trees and poles. Cornhole is more than a backyard game for some Logan High School students. News 8 photographer Bree Gasper shows us how they're taking it to the next level.
It's a legitimate sport all over the world. It's a game everybody and anybody can play. And I tell kids all the time, they can have fun even if they're not good at it.
My dad picked it up, it's probably been maybe 10 years now. He's been playing cornhole, and then he started it at Logan as a way to kind of get kids involved outside of their normal classwork. I think cornhole is a good way, and all the clubs at Logan really is a good way to get students out of the classroom. They don't all have to be athletes. I think it blends the student population really well, and it also gets them outside of the classroom with their teachers a little bit, and they get to have fun, and it doesn't have to be the student-teacher relationship. It can be a little bit more personal, and they get time outside of the classroom.
I mean, it's a backyard game. It's a game everybody plays when they're camping, plays when they have family over. It's just a game that everybody of any age and every skill level can play. So I think that's really it. It just grew in the Midwest and just kind of carried from there everywhere. The best part is the people. I mean, really it is. It's, you get the full range of people from all walks of life. We've got the kids that are really making their way up in the cornhole world to older people that just like playing the game. And you have the mix of everything in between. So we have a great time. I love that part of it, and it's really about the people.
The club recently hosted a Game of Throws tournament in partnership with the Coulee Region Cornhole Group. And kids putting their creativity to the test at the La Crosse Children's Museum. Super STEAM Sunday, giving young scientists a chance to explore hands-on, building paper airplanes and mini parachutes as part of the science, tech, engineering, art, and math programming.
I think it's really important to have kids have that really hands-on approach to science-based content before they're in the classroom and as they're growing in their learning opportunities. And so when they get into the future, they can start thinking about different career paths.
The event was a pilot program. They hope to host similar events in the future. And a local dance studio taking the stage this weekend for their 3rd annual showcase. INE Dance Studio in La Crosse putting on a high-energy production with about 50 adult dancers performing a variety of styles for the crowd.
It's really a celebration of them stepping out of their comfort zones, trying something new, and just building confidence in a new way.
The dance studio is open to all adults of all experience levels. You can check out their website for more information. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. Suspicious trades just before the Iran ceasefire. We'll tell you how the White House is responding. And StubHub refunding millions, whether you're owed money, coming up. Plus, tax deadlines hit this week. What you need to know if you still have to file your taxes.
We're a team you can trust, and we're local. We see our members out in the public all the time. Want to be able to look them in the eye and know that we did right by them.
Firefighters Credit Union. Get an 11% rebate on everything for your automotive needs at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life, and Menards carries automotive products from trusted brands to help keep your vehicle on the road. Protect your engine with Valvoline High Mileage Synthetic Blend Motor Oil. It's proven to maximize engine life in vehicles with 75,000 miles or more. Pick up a 5-quart jug for a value of $16.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Ron was an active guy.
I'm an outdoorsman.
Until plantar fasciitis pain hit.
My wife said, I'm going to take you to the Good Feet store.
Now?
I can do my happy dance. That's what Good Feet dance.
Come in for your free fitting.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water. Mom!
Yeah. Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Request your free in-home water test today.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, like what happens to polite society now?
Your flooring's in jeopardy, ain't nobody safe.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people, and being the team you can trust means being here for you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
In your morning consumer news, the White House is warning staff not to insider trade, and the numbers show why. Just 15 minutes before Trump announced the Iran ceasefire, $760 million in oil futures changed hands. 3 anonymous accounts on prediction market Polymarket also reportedly made $600,000 betting on the correct timing. AI is cutting jobs, but creating more than it's eliminating, at least according to Microsoft's AI Institute. That report linking AI to 54,000 job cuts last year, but also to 280,000 new positions. Nearly 30% of workers now use AI on the job. Experts say embracing it as a tool makes you more creative, not replaceable. StubHub, meanwhile, is paying up over hidden fees. The FTC ordering that company to refund $10 million to consumers who were hit with fees not shown in the advertised price. The company must also display total costs more prominently going forward. The tax deadline is Wednesday, and consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn has some tips to help procrastinators file efficiently.
Good news is there's still time, and you're not alone waiting until the last minute. The IRS says roughly 20 to 25% of Americans wait until the last 2 weeks before the deadline to prepare their returns. Now, the quickest and most efficient way to file taxes is electronically with direct deposit for any refund. It could take you several hours to fill everything out and longer if you're filing without professional help. To avoid costly mistakes, double-check Social Security numbers, choose the correct filing status, calculate and claim deductions and credits correctly. Remember to put brackets around negative numbers, and don't forget to sign and date the return.
The big error, they may charge you some interest or penalties because you didn't pay. If you leave something off that costs you money, you really need to go get that fixed. 2025 was one of the largest tax law changes in my 40-year history, and there's a lot of new stuff in there that's never been tried or tested, and it can be confusing.
If you need more time, you can request an extension until October 15th using Form 4868. You still need to submit the request before April 15th. But remember, an extension to file is not an extension to pay. You'll still need to estimate and pay any owed taxes by the April 15th deadline to avoid any potential penalties and interest. For people who owe money but can't afford to pay, don't try to hide. The IRS has short and long-term payment plans, but anyone who's thinking of using a credit card to pay taxes, definitely think again. The fees can make it the most expensive option.
And the deadline to make IRA and Roth IRA contributions is still tax day, April 15th. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, take a look outside right now, holding on to special statements, weather statements kicking in right now, holding on to how this all shapes up with reduced visibility due to fog. We'll go up to the north here. You're looking at more of a widespread, flood potential, flood watches that are coming into play for tomorrow afternoon all the way through Tuesday, this afternoon, all the way through Tuesday, all the way into the afternoon there. So take a look at that. We get into a wider view of what's happening here. More rainfall is on the way, kicking up, working its way above high pressure as that continues to work across into the northern tier, into Minnesota. We'll see that continue to stretch all the way down to the south as well, working into the forecast with humidity coming up from the Gulf. That continues on, bringing our temperatures up into the 60s and 70s for today. We'll get right back into it. Menominee, you're holding on to 50 degrees, feels like 50 degrees. We have 4 miles of visibility out there, though. You'll see that continue on. Humidity is about 100%. We'll get into on Alaska. You're looking at 61 degrees, feels like 61 degrees out there. 10 miles of visibility, so no fog for you there. But take a look at this. We'll get back into areas right by Toma. 61 degrees for you, feels like 60 degrees. 9 miles of visibility, 5-mile-per-hour winds. But then as we get into how this all shapes up, if we take a wider view, look at Eau Claire. Look at that. That's socked in right now. Look at that. You see the fog that's low. You got the clearing skies up to the north or right above it. So right now it's only about about 4 miles visibility. So you're doing pretty well thus far. Areas by Trempealeau as well. Getting into Winona, you've got dense fog there all the way to La Crosse, showing dense fog through the river as well. Right back into the airport area, right back down to Viroqua, all the way to Lafarge, and then 3 miles of visibility as you go all the way down to Richland Center. 0 visibility getting down to areas by Prairie du Chien as well. This will continue for some of those folks as we go right into the 10 o'clock hour. By the time we get there, visibility gets a little bit better. We'll also hold on as we roll into the temperatures right now, 50s, 60s, currently right now, middle 60s. We'll also see as we go through the morning, 59 degrees right now for La Crosse. By 6 o'clock, we'll see that going to the 7 o'clock hour. Mostly cloudy skies for the better part of the day, and then we'll see similar conditions for La Crosse as well. 78 degrees right now for them, are for us here holding on to some clouds that'll continue to get up to mostly cloudy. Then as we get into the afternoon, storm activity starts to come in around the 4 o'clock hour for Eau Claire. We have 76 degrees for the high, similar conditions for La Crosse as well. Where you're going to get into this though, upper 60s to the upper 70s in the forecast, 78 for La Crosse, 76 for Eau Claire, hot and humid out there. We have an alert day kicking in as well. So we get into the 4 o'clock all the way to the midnight hour. All areas, I-90 and I-94 as well, get in the forecast. Large hail, strong winds, tornadoes are a possibility as well. The threat will be similar across the board for tornadoes, hail, large hail, high winds as well, and of course flooding as I already showed you. We'll get deeper into it. We get into today, you'll see mostly an enhanced risk of severe weather from areas right by Eau Claire and the county there all the way down to La Crosse, and then getting down to the south by Viroqua as well. Prairie du Chien, you're holding on to the possibility of a slight risk of severe weather as well as a slight risk for Ladysmith, but that still means you still have a possibility of that occurring. We'll get into this by the time we get in the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour. You're seeing showers start to work in the forecast area, and then showers and storms cross the river. We'll see that continue to track all the way up towards Eau Claire, with the possibility of, again, these storms becoming clusters and getting stronger as they go right through it. You can see the possibility of maybe thunderstorm activity as well, severe weather possibly kicking in here as you get into Eau Claire, all the way to Neilsville, back to Ladysmith, and right back down to Toma as well. You can see that continue on. La Crosse possibly in that as well. Stronger storms may kick out a little bit farther by Stevens Point, all the way down to Baraboo and continuing on. As we roll into how this all shapes up, breezy and gusty winds as we finish out all the way through the overnight hours tonight, and then getting back into this, we'll hold on to more of an alert day again, kicking in for Tuesday, mostly a little bit more to the south, but we'll have La Crosse still in the threat of that, holding on to 60% chance of more showers on Wednesday. Dry on Thursday, though, but more showers and storms for Friday and Saturday.
That is a lot of rain. Thank you for that, Art. As you start to wake up, take a look at this wake-up shot. This is Jacksonville, Florida. The sun is rising and it is bright already there. Beautiful. Stay with us. We'll have more news coming your way after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in sports, a shakeup in Madison as the University of Wisconsin will be on the search for a new athletic director. Plus, the Brewers looking to avoid being swept. That and more coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Sparta High School is set to see a groundbreaking ceremony today. I'll have the new improvements heading for the school coming up.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Monday, April 13th. Pork chops, just 77 cents. Potatoes, $1.48. Poppy's mandarins, just $3.48. Roma or Bellatoria personal-sized pizza, $1.99. George's chicken leg quarters, just 69 cents a pound. Save on that smart vegetables and more. Monday, April 13th. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store. Only at Hy-Vee.
You've worked hard to build your business. Your systems, your customer data, your financial records. They're the backbone of your success. But without proper cybersecurity, they're vulnerable. 3RT Networks provides reliable protection, 24/7 monitoring, and customized security solutions designed for businesses just like yours. Because downtime isn't just inconvenient, it's expensive. Protect what you've built. 3RT Networks, your local partner for safer IT.
It's more than just a driveway or parking lot. It's safety, reduced vehicle wear and tear, proper drainage, and so much more. So who do you call for top-notch service? Clace Paving. For over 25 years, Clace Paving has been the Tri-State's go-to for residential and commercial asphalt services. With our extensive experience, competitive pricing, and outstanding customer service, we are your #1 choice. Trust our experts to make a huge difference. For all your paving and coating needs, call Clace Paving today for a free estimate.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The Milwaukee Brewers entered Sunday riding a 4-game losing streak and were on the verge of getting swept at home by the Nationals for the first time since 2006. Let's go to American Family Field. Just 2 hits for Milwaukee on Saturday night, but in the 3rd inning, Bryce Terang gonna hit this ball to where the defense can't catch it. Deep to left and over the wall for a solo home run. Brewers take the lead. But in the next inning, James Wood continuing to torture the Brewers as he answers with a solo shot of his own. Nationals would go up 2-1 after the inning, but Milwaukee answering as Jake Bowers joining in on the home run fun. We're all tied at 2. Then in the 5th, Terang at the plate again, and again Terang gonna take a trip around the bases. His 2nd of the game, that gives Milwaukee a 1-run lead. But disaster in the 7th. Washington already with 3 runs across, and Brady House adds another with an RBI single. Nationals go up 3. Brewers down but not out of it. 2 men on for Gary Sanchez, and with one swing of the bat, Sanchez ties this game up. The fourth Milwaukee homer of the day makes it 6-6. However, Washington threatening again in the 8th, and the single up the middle is going to score 2 more as the Nationals takes this one 8-6. The final. That's 5 straight losses for Milwaukee. We've got a major shakeup out of Madison as it's being reported that current athletic director Chris McIntosh is stepping down from his role as athletic director and will take a new position in the Big Ten Conference as deputy commissioner for strategy. McIntosh led Wisconsin athletics since July 1st, 2021. He previously served as the school's deputy athletic director from 2017 to 2021 before succeeding Barry Alvarez. And now the university is in the search for a new athletic director. It was the last day of the NBA regular season. Bucks were on the road against Philly, and how about AJ Green knocking down the 3-ball here? Then on the very next possession, how about another? Green would break Milwaukee's single-season franchise 3-point record yesterday, but the Bucks would fall in the last game of the year, 126-106. And immediately following the game, it was reported that Doc Rivers is departing as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee finished the season 32-50 and missed the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Milwaukee will now start their 3rd coaching search in the last 30 years. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Learn, grow, and thrive at the Y. Registration for summer is now open. Sign up for youth soccer, gymnastics, preschool classes, or swim lessons. For class times and more information, go to laxymca.org.
It's time to vote for Best of La Crosse County. Pick your favorites in each category now through April 30th. We'll announce all of the winners on June 1st. Go to bestoflacrossecounty.com.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
Get ready, Wisconsin. The Midwest Horse Fair is back April 17th through the 19th. For 45 years, horse lovers from around the world have come together to make unforgettable memories at the Midwest Horse Fair. Thrilling competitions, breathtaking performances like Cirque Maceo, and the beauty of hundreds of incredible horses. Bring your appetite for delicious food and unique shopping you won't find anywhere else. Join us for 3 unforgettable days at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, April 17th through the 19th.
It's the final weekend to save now during the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain. Exciting designs, stunning fabrics, and the best prices of the year. Right now at Drury's, you'll save on everything Smith Brothers makes. The latest sofa styles, sectionals to fit any room, and the finest in genuine leather, all featuring a lifetime warranty on solid maple frames, sturdy steel springs, and luxurious cushions. Plus, there's even 24-month financing available. Sale ends Monday at 8 at Drury's in Fountain.
Get Spectrum fiber-powered internet free forever when you switch and add 4 mobile phone lines. Experience the fastest internet and most reliable 5G network forever. And save $1,000 on internet and mobile in your first year, guaranteed. That's the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Call now or go online to save $1,000 on internet and mobile.
Spring is a special time for farmers. It's a renewal of their commitment to their chosen lifestyle. You can support your local family farms this spring by purchasing Westby Creamery dairy products often. Stock up on fresh Westby French onion dip, award-winning cottage cheese, sweet cream butter, and other delicious dairy products. Visit the Westby Creamery cheese store on Main Street in Westby, or look for Westby Creamery products in the dairy case at your local grocery store.
Learn, grow, and thrive at the Y. Registration for summer is now open. Sign up for youth soccer, gymnastics, preschool classes, or swim lessons. For class times and more information, go to laxymca.org.
The place to save big money on all your home improvement needs.
Fog starting this early morning, especially in Eau Claire right now. More about that coming for you in just a moment.
Sparta High School is set to see a groundbreaking ceremony today. I'll have the new improvements coming to the school up next.
Right now this morning, Trump announcing a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, what it means for the war and gas prices. And one last chance to get your leaves picked up, what you need to do before the city comes through today.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Monday, April 13th. It is just about 6:30 a.m. Good morning to you all. We'll start by getting a check on our forecast today with meteorologist Art Jarrett. And if you're like us, we both brought our big jackets out of habit, but definitely, not needed today.
No, you don't need them. You'll probably need the umbrella later on, though, as you're heading home, though. You'll probably need that, but you will not need the jacket. It's already 60 degrees out there, plus in some cases. We also have an alert day kicking in from 4 p.m. later on, all the way to the midnight hour for tonight. But look at the fog over Eau Claire right now, or at least along Eau Claire. It's not pretty much over it because you can see how thin it is because you can see the clouds right above that as well. You get back into Winona, they have a little fog there as well, holding on to the possibility of fog trying to develop over by the airport for La Crosse right now. So let's get into this. We have a special weather statement for more fog down to areas right by Iowa as well, holding on to at least the potential for rainfall coming in and increasing today. So that means we have flood watches that are in play starting for today all the way into tomorrow afternoon. All right, we get into how this all shapes up, though. More rain is on the way. You can see it coming in from the west, tracking over right now. Drier conditions down to the south, but that's going to help to exacerbate most of that rain that will be on the way. Warm and humid air out there right now, cold air up there along the northern tier of the nation as well, and Canada as well. So we're going to hold on to that continued stretch of temperature to really affect us today. We're going to see upper 70s in the forecast with showers coming in by the 4 o'clock hour. By 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight, we'll see some really good storms kicking in. Hot and humid conditions for us, upper 60s to the upper 70s in the forecast with an alert day for areas along I-94 and I-90. That's everyone. Large hail, strong wind, and possible tornadoes out of the way. We're also going to be seeing tomorrow as well. We'll see similar conditions kicking in as well, but you'll see most of it today is all about tornadoes, hail, and high winds. So please be safe out there.
All right, Art, thank you for that update. And in Sparta, the high school getting a major upgrade. Construction set to break ground this morning. That's where we find News 8 Now's Seth Padilla live with the details. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. The groundbreaking ceremony is set to take place here at Sparta High School at 10 a.m. And as you can see behind me, the front area is actually fenced off as well. So this project is bringing a new cafeteria, front office, and kitchen receiving area to the high school. It's part of a broader district investment that also includes improvements at Meadowview Middle School and Southside Early Learning Center. District and community leaders will speak at this morning's ceremony, and we will have coverage of that groundbreaking. Reporting live in Sparta, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, Seth, thank you for that update. Turning now to some other headlines of the day. President Trump announcing a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz set to begin in just hours. Despite failed peace talks, the ceasefire is holding for now. Bradley Blackburn reports.
We have a blockade going into effect. President Trump says the U.S. Navy will block ships to and from Iran at the Strait of Hormuz beginning this morning as he downplayed failed peace talks over the weekend. I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine. CBS News has learned key sticking points include Iran's refusal to give up its nuclear ambitions and plans to charge tolls for the Strait of Hormuz.
We've made very clear what our red lines are. They have chosen not to accept our terms.
The president says, quote, many other countries are helping with the blockade without giving specifics. A British official says the UK will not be involved in the blockade, though NATO says the country is leading planning efforts to reopen the key shipping route. I'm very disappointed in NATO. They didn't do that. They weren't there for us. Iran's parliamentary speaker responded on social media, writing, soon you'll be nostalgic for $4 to $5 gas. A new CBS News poll shows 51% of Americans believe high gas prices have been a financial hardship, with the average price per gallon hitting $4.13 Sunday, according to AAA.
We're ruining the world economy and we're gaining nothing.
President Trump also repeatedly slammed Pope Leo over the weekend. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapons so they can blow up the world. I'm not a fan of Pope Leo. The first American pontiff has repeatedly called on both sides to end the conflict. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Pope Leo this weekend also calling for a ceasefire in Lebanon, where Israel continues to strike. The U.S. is expected to host peace talks between Israel and Lebanon this week. Pope Leo, speaking of, leaving for Africa this morning. He's set to crisscross that continent, visiting 11 cities and 4 countries. More than a fifth of the world's Catholics live in Africa. The Vatican says he'll draw the globe's attention to human rights, exploitation of natural resources, and Catholic-Muslim dialogue.
He's the pastor of the world. He's not a pundit. So the distinction is he's not going to pronounce on everything, but he's going to pronounce on what's important.
He'll visit the city where St. Augustine was once a bishop tomorrow. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban losing his bid for re-election. He served for 16 years and lost this weekend to Peter Magyar, who campaigned on steering clear of Russian influence and strengthening ties with Europe. Orban is a longtime ally of President Trump and the longest-serving leader in the EU. A frontrunner in California's governor's race is out. Representative Eric Swalwell suspending his campaign following sexual misconduct allegations from 4 women, ranging from harassment to rape. Swalwell denying all claims, saying he'll defend himself with the facts. And back here at home, one last chance to get your leaves picked up. The city of La Crosse making a final curbside collection pass today. Rake your leaves into a visible pile near the curb and keep them out of the street, gutters, and away from trees and poles. Cornhole is more than a backyard game for some Logan High School students. News 8 photographer Bree Gasper shows us how they're taking it to the next level in this week's eyepiece.
It's a legitimate sport all over the world. It's a game everybody and anybody can play. And I tell kids all the time, they can have fun even if they're not good at it.
My dad picked it up, it's probably been maybe 10 years now. He's been playing cornhole, and then he started it at Logan as a way to kind of get kids involved outside of their normal classwork. I think cornhole is a good way, and all the clubs at Logan really is a good way to get students out of the classroom. They don't all have to be athletes. I think it blends the student population really well, and it also gets them outside of the classroom with their teachers a little bit, and they get to have fun, and it doesn't have to be the student-teacher relationship. It can be a little bit more personal, and they get time outside of the classroom.
I mean, it's a backyard game. It's a game everybody plays when they're camping, plays when they have family over. It's just a game that everybody of any age and every skill level can play. So I think that's really it. It just grew in the Midwest and just kind of carried from there everywhere. The best part is the people. I mean, really it is. It's, you get the full range of people from all walks of life. We've got the kids that are really making their way up in the cornhole world to older people that just like playing the game. And you have the mix of everything in between. So we have a great time. I love that part of it, and it's really about the people.
The club recently hosted a Game of Throws tournament in partnership with the Cooley Region Cornhole Group. And kids putting their creativity to the test at the La Crosse Children's Museum. Super STEAM Sunday, giving young scientists a chance to explore hands-on, building paper airplanes and mini parachutes as part of the new STEAM programming.
I think it's really important to have kids have that really hands-on approach to science-based content before they're in the classroom and as they're growing in their learning opportunities. And so when they get into the future, they can start thinking about different career paths.
The event was a pilot program. They hope to host similar events in the future in case you missed it like I did. And a local dance studio taken to the stage this weekend for their 3rd annual showcase. INE Dance Studio in La Crosse putting on a high-energy production with about 50 adult dancers performing a variety of styles for the crowd.
It's really a celebration of them stepping out of their comfort zones, trying something new, and just building confidence in a new way.
The dance studio is open to adults of all experience levels. You can check out their website to learn more. An effort is underway to expand a program that pairs college students with people suffering from Alzheimer's. As Jared Hill shows us, the idea of being looked up to is especially beneficial for the patient.
So I'm going to improve my night.
This unlikely match is more than just a game of chess.
I'm trying to remember the things you told me about.
Martin Rouse gets to collect his thoughts in his own time. He was diagnosed with dementia about 2 years ago.
I have the privilege of knowing a lot of very smart people. They get very
They're always go, go, go.
go, right. And come on, just let's get to the next step. And Asher isn't like that.
Obviously, night to night.
Martin was paired up with social work student Asher Brenner through NYU Langone Health's Buddy program, connecting adults in early stages of dementia with students at NYU.
Holding just a little space and a little time for someone to get their thoughts together, to say something out, I think it does more than we could even know.
Dr. Mary Middleman, who heads up the program, says conversations between the younger buddy and older mentor can help people like Martin from falling more quickly into the depths of the disease.
I think there are cognitive benefits to being in a situation where you are looked up to, especially for a person in the early stages of dementia who perhaps has been avoiding contact with other people.
Want some seltzer?
It also gives caregivers like Martin's wife, Cynthia, a bit of a break. She says that's helped bring them closer.
He's having this experience, and we have something to talk about that I've not seen.
The need for programs like this will grow. American dementia cases are estimated to double by 2060. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
NYU Langone Health says currently less than a dozen programs like this exist across the country. Coming up, when your back or neck pain needs more than just rest, we'll have that answer coming up on Mindful Monday.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse delivers everything your business needs, from cleaning supplies to appliances. Get what you need when you need it. Set up your business account today and let Ace of La Crosse do the heavy lifting.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Monday, April 13th. Pork chops, just 77 cents. Potatoes, $1.48. Poppy's mandarins, just $3.48. Roma or Bellatoria personal-sized pizza, $1.99. George's chicken leg quarters, just 69 cents a pound. Save on That Smart vegetables and more. Monday, April 13th. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store. Only at Hy-Vee.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Welcome to Hotel 44 North, where history, nature, and hospitality meet. Nestled in the heart of downtown Winona, our boutique retreat features 76 elegant rooms, including 24 spacious suites with kitchenettes, perfect for weekend getaways or extended stays. Step outside to river views, bluff-top scenery, downtown shops, and scenic trails. Inside, enjoy luxury rooms, a pool, and sauna, all backed by our best rate guarantee. Unwind in our cozy lobby or sift craft cocktails at Latitude Bar and Lounge. Hotel 44 North, your place in Winona.
Everybody here is so supportive. Before I joined Unity Fitness, I had 2 surgeries, a spinal fusion, and then I actually have a pin in my foot. So my health started to decline, and at one point I said, I got to turn this around. And so I joined Unity Fitness, and now my health has just gone 360 the other way. If you're nervous, just try it. You know, you will not regret. You really won't doing this. It's the best thing you can do for your health.
When you want to have it all, head to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Make the short scenic drive and fuel up on crave-worthy comfort foods, fresh seafood, crisp salads, and indulgent desserts at Tradewinds Buffet. Then take the latest slots for a spin, make a splash at the lagoon, and catch free live entertainment in Parlay. From delicious food to non-stop fun, you can have it all, only at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse is the helpful place with the products your business needs when you need it. We service businesses of all sizes. Ask about volume discounts. Contact Jim to set up your service account today.
All right, as we get into your local weather, this is what's happening today, getting to current temperatures right now. 51 degrees, get into Eau Claire. You've got the fog that's out there right now. As you can see, zero visibility currently holding on to the airport there, holding on to it eventually as you get into Winona. Look at all the fog down below the bridge. You also see it now starting to work along above the bridge as well. That's some serious fog out there. Zero visibility for you guys as well. And humidity is about 100% there. It's about 1 mile of visibility they're showing right now. Changing out. We get into La Crosse here, holding on to the possibility of some fog showing up at the airport. But right now, we're looking at least visibility of 10 miles, looking pretty good for everybody. We'll hold on to how this all shapes up, getting into the forecast there. A lot of rainfall coming in from the west, headed our way. And as it does, well, we'll get into this. First, the fog holds on here because we've got humidity out there with colder air from the north, warmer air from the south, and that's continuing to grab more fog for us here. That will go all the way to the 10 o'clock hour. We should be done then. Temperatures right now, 50s widespread to the low 60s in the forecast right now. Holding on to the morning hours, you're looking at least upper 50s to the low 60s, the upper 60s to finish out by the 11 o'clock hour, while Eau Claire holds on to low 50s all the way up to the upper 50s to middle 60s in the forecast. Then we get back into this hot and humid conditions out there. Temperatures upper 60s to around the upper 70s in the forecast. 78 for La Crosse, 76 for Eau Claire. Getting into this, an alert day kicks in from 4 o'clock to the midnight hour. All areas, I-94 and I-90, all included. Large hail, strong winds, tornadoes, not out of the question. You'll see the risk pretty much the same for tornadoes as well as large hail and high winds as well. Flooding also a possibility because of all the rainfall we'll be getting. Possibly about 3 inches of rainfall today as we roll right into how this all shapes up. Eau Claire all the way to La Crosse, you're looking at an enhanced risk of severe weather that extends to the east as well as to the west, up to the north and down to the south. A slight risk of severe weather as well. So that means you have a limited amount, but still a possibility. So what we're going to see as this continues on with cloudier skies through the morning and afternoon, we'll get right back into it with severe storms starting to pick up, getting into at least by the 5 o'clock hour. Then we'll see, I should say, thunderstorms kicking in. By the time we get in the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour, the possibility of severe weather starts to kick in as we get right into Neillsville as well to the north, and Eau Claire a little bit up to the north as well for you. That continues to kick in with another batch coming back around for areas right by West Salem as well as Winona, and then getting all the way into the forecast, dropping down on us where everybody's going to start to see this cluster, and we're going to see more of these storms begin to train right through the region, all the way from west to east, finishing out all the way to the midnight hour, where we're seeing the possibility of more storms that could kick in from the west by Rochester and then redevelop over there by Tomah, outside of the region, continue out there just south of Stevens Point and north of Baraboo. So we'll see that continue on with another batch of possible severe weather here as we get right back into it, just by Black River Falls, Sparta as well. La Crosse gets in there too, and as we finish out, we'll see at least all the way up to all that rainfall going into the nighttime, pretty much up to 3 inches of rainfall for us. We get into how this all shapes up for the wind gusts kicking in for tonight as we get into the midnight hour. I should say 10 o'clock all the way to the midnight hour, and about 1 o'clock or so, we still have the winds kicking down, but it starts to weaken for La Crosse down to 12 miles per hour. Rainfall coming back to finish out for Tuesday all the way to Friday. We're looking at another round of 3 inches or less in the forecast leading into this. An alert day for today. 78 degrees today, 77 tomorrow. We have a 50% chance of rain showers picking up over the night, all the way up to about 80 to 90% chance of that occurring. We'll see more of this rainfall kick in for Wednesday as well. Not an alert day, but we'll also have drier conditions coming in for Thursday. More showers and storms for Friday and Saturday. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Back and neck pain are something we all suffer from, but when you should see a specialist can be a tricky question. Here to help sort that out is Dr. John Stiliaris, neurosurgeon with Winona Health. He's going to answer some questions for us this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us, doctor. So back and neck pain affects so many people. Seeing a neurosurgeon for that might sound kind of crazy, but why is that a good idea? When should we do that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like many people think that neurosurgeons only do surgeries on brain, that's mostly because back in the 90s, most of the spine surgeries were done by orthopedic surgeons. Now, in the last decade or two, about 2/3 to 3/4 of spine surgeries actually are performed by neurosurgeons. And in our training for 7 years of residency, the vast majority, close to 70 to 80% of the procedures that we get trained on are for spine related. And so when to see a neurosurgeon, it is about when symptoms get very, very severe, when they become incapacitating, they affect quality of life, and when we start seeing some neurological deficits like foot drop, weakness in the hands, and some other kind of symptoms like that.
Okay, interesting. So some of those red flags are Then do you speak directly with a neurosurgeon, or is that something you kind of go through your primary care provider for?
It actually depends on the different healthcare systems. And so different healthcare systems, the way that they have it structured or practices, you either go straight to the neurosurgery or in other places, first you do what's called conservative treatment. So the beauty with being in a smaller community hospital is that when you get referred, to us, to my practice in neurosurgery, you see me directly.
Okay.
And I'm going to be the one that will see you, examine you, review your imaging, and then direct the care from there.
Okay, and then go from there. So a lot of people do hear a neurosurgeon, they might assume they're heading straight to the operating room. Is that true?
It's not. It depends on different, occasions. If there is certain pathology that is dangerous, for example, if I do see a patient who has spinal cord compression in their neck, that is something that cannot be treated conservatively.
Okay.
And it can lead into, either permanent or medically intractable problems, and so that is a case in which I would recommend for surgery. But the vast majority of everything else, surgery is the last point. And we are able to actually help patients with conservative treatment. So for example, 80% of what's called cervical or lumbar radiculopathy, which is the severe sciatica pain, can get treated with conservative treatment, with injections and physical therapy over the course of about 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And so, like for example, if I get a patient who has not tried anything like that, then that is the first step.
Okay.
And then I see them and I see if there's amelioration of symptoms, and then we proceed with surgery or without. There are other patients who have already tried that. So I'm not going to subject them to more conservative treatment if it's already failed.
Okay, right. Depends where they are. And so what does a first appointment with a neurosurgeon look like?
Again, that still depends on the healthcare system, and the different kind of practices. Like I said, so I'm going to talk from my practice. I will, see the patients, myself. So when you get referred to my practice, I will see, you're not going to see a nurse or an assistant. And so from before, I will have reviewed all the imaging, the MRIs, CAT scans, or X-rays, and I will have reviewed all the medical records. So then when I come in, I will do a very detailed neurological exam, and then afterwards, I will actually ask the patient themselves, because it's very subjective. You can read what's going on from what other people have reported,
right,
but it's very important to get from the point of perspective from the patient themselves. What is the greatest concern? What is the most painful stimuli? What helps? What doesn't help? After that, I showcase and I do show on the MRI exactly what's going on to explain the pathology, and I educate the patients about the pathology. And then after that, we explore whether someone needs to try some more conservative treatment, and that's the vast majority of what I do, just recommend for some more conservative treatment, or if they've already exhausted that, then start thinking about surgery. And then the point is, what kind of surgery, how invasive, how minimally invasive, and start talking about potential recovery after the surgery.
Okay, all right. So a lot of options, starting with the conversation. We really appreciate you being here, making it a little less scary, a little more accessible.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
No problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
When the food truck arrives at our neighbor's place, it takes a community. Our attorneys don't just fight insurance companies, they fight hunger in Wisconsin alongside our neighbor's place. Because together, we're stronger. Bygoff and Rohde, your neighbors, your injury advocate.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Crispy chicken sandwiches are on sale for $3.99 and 8-piece bone-in chicken only $9.99. We got you covered. Quick Trip.
It's more than just a driveway or parking lot. It's safety, reduced vehicle wear and tear, proper drainage, and so much more. So who do you call for top-notch service? Clace Paving. For over 25 years, Clace Paving has been the Tri-State's go-to for residential and commercial asphalt services. With our extensive experience, competitive pricing, and outstanding customer service, we are your #1 choice. Trust our experts to make a huge difference. For all your paving and coating needs, call Clace Paving today for a free estimate.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
From the law office to the clothing closet, our lawyers seek hope and recovery for the whole community. Bygoff and Rohde and Our Neighbor's Place, where every injury and every neighbor matters, because together we're stronger. Winning justice for Wisconsin.
A groundbreaking ceremony is set to take place here at Sparta High School at 10 a.m. And as you can see behind me, the front area is fenced off currently. The project bringing a new cafeteria, front office, and kitchen receiving area to the high school. It's part of a broader district investment that also includes improvements at Meadowview Middle School and Southside Early Learning Center. District and community leaders will speak at this morning's ceremony, and we will have coverage of that groundbreaking. Reporting live in Sparta, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
Thank you, Seth. President Trump announcing a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz set to begin at 9 a.m. Despite failed peace talks, the ceasefire is holding for now. Key sticking points include Iran's refusal to give up its nuclear ambitions and plans to charge tolls for the Strait of Hormuz.
Made very clear what our red lines are. They have chosen not to accept our terms.
Iran's parliamentary speakers responded on social media, writing, "Soon you'll be nostalgic for $4 to $5 gas." One last chance to get your leaves picked up by the city of La Crosse, making a final curbside collection pass today. Rake your leaves into a visible pile near the curb and keep them out of the street, gutters, and away from trees and poles. Baseball season is underway. One Little League umpire proving that age is just a number. Alan Broham just entered his 20th year as an umpire, started that at age 65. He says he decided to take the job up after learning about it in his retirement home.
That is so cool, man.
Good for him, yeah.
We get into the forecast today. We have quiet conditions with a little fog starting out as well. If you haven't noticed already, it is hot outside. We're looking at temperatures already in the 60s, giving way to upper 60s today to upper 70s in the forecast. 78 for La Crosse, 76 for Eau Claire. An alert day kicks in as we get into 4 p.m. today, all the way to the midnight hour. I-90 as well as I-94 all included with an enhanced risk of severe weather, large hail, tornadoes. Also, winds are going to be pretty strong, and the potential for flooding as well, carrying over into tomorrow with another alert day kicking in. And we have showers and storms on Wednesday as well, but they're not severe. Thursday's a break with a whole bunch of sunshine with more showers and storms coming in for Friday and Saturday.
All right, taste of spring for sure.
Pretty
Quite
much.
the spring forecast. All right, we'll check back in with you at noon, Art. We know you'll be tracking that for us, and we'll see all of you back here then as well. Thanks for joining us this morning.